Been recently hearing a lot about change and how society seems to be pushing for a lot of change right now. And I've always been hearing about society's going to change. Society's changing. Society wants change, but no one ever goes over changing within yourself. And I think that's kind of what we need to do right now is change our beliefs and change what we feel inside for the better, and then maybe embrace that and show that off to the world before society can actually change. Um, so I wanted to do kind of more inspirational video for everyone, um, as only a few people know, very, very few people know of my life and exactly what have had happen and all the events that I've had. But I'm very open to what my life was and the things that I did and the choices that I made and where I am now. I'm very comfortable in telling everybody that, so that's kind of what I want to do. As most people that know me, they know I was adopted at age 5, um, and but they don't know the before story of that. And I didn't have a good life before the age of 5. I actually had a really shitty life, and at the age of 4, I was used for sexual pleasure. I was not raped, but I was used as sexual pleasure. And before that, and after that, until I was 5, I was abused, beaten, till I had huge bruises up and down my back. I was beaten with a belt. Um, I had my hands sliced open with a knife, um, and a lot of other things. Thrown into walls, locked into a room for days. It was not good. I ended up in a bad foster home, and it was bad. Um, and I can go more in detail, but a lot of people don't want me to. It gets pretty bad. But if anybody wants to hear it, I will explain exactly what happened, but not in this video. So anyway, to move past that, I was adopted at age 5, and I thought my life was really turning around. And once I was adopted, I actually felt love and felt like I belonged somewhere and had a family. I had a mom and dad that I could call mom and dad and not be hit. It it was a big change. Um, and up until halfway through first grade, I thought I was doing pretty normal. And then a teacher realized that I was dyslexic and I couldn't read. And she told my mom that, and my mom fought and fought and fought and fought to get the help I needed. And she did. She eventually did. Um, but in fourth grade, I did have a teacher call me stupid because I couldn't read anything. And every time I would read out loud, I'd get embarrassed. And kids would laugh at me. And I didn't want to read aloud. I couldn't understand why kids were laughing at me. But after that, my mom got the help that I needed, and it really did help. So middle school came, and that's when I really got the help. I didn't get it before when I should have. I got it when kids become very judgmental, and of course I was always in and out of the classroom because I was going to special ed or a special classroom to learn how to read and to learn how to spell. Kids would make fun of me, and it really did affect me. I sat in the corner of the lunchroom by myself because I felt like I had no friends. Um, and that's kind of how my middle school went, and that's kind of when I started doing self harm. And I started cutting in middle school. My mom sent me to a therapist, but none of them worked. And and it just none of none of the therapists worked, and everything got worse until finally in high school I went to performing arts management school, and the minute I walked through those doors, I felt different. I loved the stage. I loved working around the stage. It was great. I got into set design, and I was so happy. I was doing what I loved. I loved building things. I loved painting things. I loved designing and being that creative. It was awesome. It was the best class I've ever taken. And I started to come around until till junior year, beginning of junior year, my mom got a job here in Texas and told us that we were all gonna have to move. And by the beginning of December, I was living in Texas and I didn't have any friends. And I spent the entire month of December without friends in a big house with no one to talk to because mom was at work, dad was still living in Connecticut, and the person that owned the house was traveling for his job. So I had no one. And I just waited till my mom got off work. But after that, January came, and I started going to the school that my mom and I thought we were gonna be a great match, but you couldn't talk to anyone. You sat in a cubicle and you couldn't talk to anyone. And I'd come home crying because I couldn't socialize, and I just wanted to have friends more than anything. So I dropped out of that. And we tried to get me into the public school, but the school year was almost over, so they said there's no point. You're gonna have to redo your junior year anyway. Might as well start at the beginning. And so I spent all summer without friends, and I started to self harm again, and it it was getting worse and worse and worse. And junior year came, um, and I was a real mess. But I then did get friends, or at least I thought I got friends. Um, Turns out they really weren't my friends. But I tried to be the tough girl and try to be the cool one because I wanted to be cool. I wanted to have friends, and I didn't want to be different anymore. Um, so that, so after that, at the end of that junior year, I started getting really heavy into drugs, and uh, it was getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, that summer I didn't really do much in drugs, but until the end of the summer, um, and I started up again. And in senior year, I went every morning. I smoked a bowl of weed, sometimes two, just to get me through the morning. And then at lunch, I would smoke another one. And I spent every day, as much as I could, high in school because I hated school so bad. I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to be there. I often skipped class to go smoke. Um, I was in a pretty big downfall. My therapist said it was because I was suffering from PTSD. And after doing tests and stuff, we found out that I do, in fact, suffer severely from PTSD. And I suffer every day. I also suffer from depression and anxiety. So I have a lot that goes through my head. And yes, it doesn't work right. But after all of that, I still love the way I am. But in senior year, I got into a relationship. Turns out he was more abusive than I thought. And by the summer after I graduated, I felt trapped and I felt like it wasn't safe for me to get out. So finally, with the help of my family, I did make it. and I did get out of it. And that's when I got with Athena's dad. Soon after I got pregnant with Athena, and now that she's here, she's my world, and she is the only thing that has ever worked to make me feel better, make me stop the drugs, make me stop drinking, make me stop just on the path that I was on. I was on a very bad path, and because of her, I wanted her not to have to go through what I did. So I didn't want to be that druggy mom or that alcoholic mom because I didn't want her taken from me. And I'm so glad to have her and to have found the courage to change myself to be better. And even when you think everything is so bad, it really isn't. And you can always change and find something, one, even the tiniest thing, that will drive you to change. If you really want to change, you can do it. You have to start within. Uh, and that's all I really got. I mean, if anybody wants more detail of my story, I'm happy to share it. Just comment, tell me what you think, and let me know if you want a little bit more of the story, because I kind of just did an overview. There's a lot more that has happened in my life. Um, but overall, that's kind of how my life was. And I mean, I would love more than anything to change somebody's life because I've been I've been what feels like the bottom, and I've seen people worse in worse situations. So thank you guys for watching. I know it's not really good quality. I'm on my computer again, but I will make other videos shortly. Um, so just kind of stick with me because it's tough having a newborn baby and trying to make videos and upload them. It's really tough. But thanks again for watching, and be thankful for what you have, especially in the holidays. And happy holidays to everyone. If I don't get another video up before that, I'm gonna try, but if I don't, happy holidays, and I will see you guys, or make another video for you guys soon. So, I love you all, and yeah, be true to yourself. That's all you can be, because there's only one of you, and no one else can be you. Alright, that's all I got to say. So, till next time, see ya.